What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 70 of the Drake and Jimmy Jew Show. My name is Drake Peterson, and that over there is the voluptuous Jimmy the Jew.
Voluptuous?
And
That
as
sounds
always,
fat. You sound fat.
No, you have obliques.
What, you talking about my penis? Voluptuous.
And as always, joining us is our producer, Christopher McCone. And this morning we are doing our first ever interview before the hour of 9 a.m. So if any of us have to get up to take a little deuce, that's because it's early and we haven't taken
I produced.
I did too. I'm cleared out.
Yeah.
I'm clear now.
Nah, I'm taking my morning protein shake.
Oh, what's in the protein shake, Jimmy?
I got two different kinds of protein, and I got some plant-based. I got some creatine. I got some BCAAs, and I just started doing flaxseed.
And don't forget about your steroids. I imagine there's some in there.
All the gear.
I definitely don't look like I'm on steroids yet. Wait till I'm on steroids, then I'm gonna be fucking huge. I'm gonna be like, I'm still
You're
small
probably
right now.
mean. Are you mean when you're on steroids?
I don't. That's illegal, Drake. I don't do those things.
Oh, but you just said when I do steroids.
I was joking. I was joking. I was joking. No, and then I fill it with almond milk, so no real milk.
Almond milk's good. I've switched to milk. It's called Milkadamia. It's macadamia nut milk. It's actually better. It's good. It tastes more like milk.
Of course, you'd have nut milk.
Well, almond is nut milk. What are you talking about? That's what you're drinking too. It's better for you, and it's actually better for the environment than
almond
milk. Yeah,
dude, this whole health thing is so tough. If you guys haven't heard it, we started a new podcast with Courtney Swan just about how to live healthy, and it's ruined my entire life because I look at every single product differently now.
Well, I watched a movie last night called Game Changer. You watch that? It's all Schwarzenegger. Everybody. It's kind of like a documentary on plant-based, and all these pro athletes are fucking elite of their fucking.
Hey guys,
shit.
Hold on. Here comes Noah.
Okay.
Oh, now joining us live from across the pond is Speelburg,
What's cracking?
aka Noah.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's cracking? Good. What's going on with us? You guys, what, 8 hours difference, right?
Something like that, yeah. Where are you guys?
California and Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
California and Minnesota. Far up. Yeah. You know, I'm in England right now. It was pretty shitty today, but it's nice now. I don't know if we can curse on this thing. So
you can
whatever
curse.
you want.
You have
whatever.
Balls. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, you have to say fuck balls and Drake will like that.
Sorry.
Wait, so what part of England are you in?
I'm in Brighton.
Oh, I love Brighton.
South of London. So we're just by the sea. In fact, I can see the ocean from my window here, and it's getting nicer now. Yeah, it was just very rainy today. It was very gloomy and sad.
You guys have the largest, toughest seagulls I've ever seen in my life on Brighton Beach. They look like dragons.
Yeah, they've got like 8 packs and tattoos. And they'll start shit with you.
That sounds kind of hot.
Yeah, I'll just chat with some. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jimmy.
I was just chatting with some chick from London yesterday on Instagram, Julie Davis or Kelly or something like that. A little hottie. I think she's gonna come out and visit me.
Spielberg's like, that's my sister.
No.
Dude, her voice was just like, dude, just come over to California. She's like, I can't come. I'm like, yeah.
Hold on, let's hear that accent.
Let's do that accent again.
I can't do the accent. She kept saying I sounded Indian and Scottish whenever time I tried to do it. It was all fucked up.
Right on. I unfortunately do not know Julie, but I wish the two of you the best for futures to come.
Thank you, Spielberg.
Oh, what a nice guy. So should we call you Noah or should we call you Spielberg or what would you prefer?
Call me Noah. I mean, you can call me whatever you want, but Noah's my birth name, so I'll answer that.
No, we can call you
my rebirth name. You can call me Daddy if you want.
Oh fuck.
So can you tell us a little bit about who you are and just tell all of our listeners who you are?
And where are you originally from? Are you originally from England?
No. So I grew up in the south of France. I was born in Brussels. Grew up in the south of France. My mom was American. My dad's Belgian. I'm half American, half Belgian. Grew up in France, and I've lived in England for a few years now, and I dart between England and LA and France.
I like France.
France is lovely. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
Cool place.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I actually love
Um,
Belgium too. Belgium's pretty sick.
Belgium is cool, man. Belgium is. I feel like Belgium is underrated.
Sure.
Yeah, it's definitely got some good vibes and some really nice people. Obviously, loads of half of my family's from there, so
It only sucks when you hit
they're pretty nice.
It only sucks when you hit the Flemish side and you can't read any signs because there's 15 O's in every word.
Yeah, I'm lucky because my girlfriend, though she's Swedish, she actually grew up in Belgium, so she can speak fluent Flemish. So she
What's
can just
Flemish?
translate everything. It's like Dutch. It's like a version of Dutch that they speak in Belgium. Belgium's like split between Flanders and Wallonia. Wallonia is French. Flanders is Dutch side.
Trippy.
Now, I know it's fucking geography.
Geography. Fucking geography.
I've
Who
never
would
been
have
to
thought in
Europe.
school? Who would have thought in school we were ever going to use this stuff?
Yeah, I know. Now you find yourself in the middle of a exciting podcast talking about the split between the different regions of Belgium.
Okay, everyone get out your notebook. We're gonna learn
Right.
every part of Belgium. So you are a musical artist, obviously, and you just released Porsche. It's your
Sure did.
first studio album. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Please talk about it a lot bit. Please talk about it as much as you physically can, because I want people to listen to it. And it's 2020 and there's so much music that people tend to not listen to most of it.
There is
So,
a
yeah.
lot of music. Tell us all about it. Tell us all the things.
So I wrote it in the span of about 2.5 years. It's a weird and wonderful little record. It's 11 songs, 45 minutes long, which like a little indulgent in 2020 to make a 45-minute album, but it's your debut album. Just say everything you want to say. It is at times a little bit more somber, and a lot of it is so upbeat, and I don't know. It's kind of, people ask me to describe the genre, and I always say it's weird pop because that kind of means nothing. And yeah, there's a lot of samples of my family in there. Like I chopped up some home videos and sprinkled that shit all over it. I was really influenced by the Avalanches out of Australia, and a lot of 90s sampled stuff like the Dust Brothers. And so I made a record, and it's my debut album, and it's finally out. It came out, and directed a bunch of videos for the singles. And now it's been out for 2 weeks, and I feel like a huge weight has been lifted, and I can
That's
breathe
awesome.
again, you guys.
It has good, like good 80s feel, 80s, 90s
Yeah,
pop feel. I
Sure.
swear I thought I was listening to MTV. I was watching one of the videos. I swear I was like watching an MTV video from back in the day, back when
Yeah.
MTV was actually music.
Sure. Yeah. I haven't watched MTV in a long time, but I grew up watching MTV, so that's a huge compliment. I'm a huge Beavis and Butthead fan, and
Yes.
all that
What
shit.
was the name of their school? Come on,
Oh.
you got this. This was a question on one of our previous shows.
I've heard this question about 5 times, and I still can't remember
That's
the answer.
I apologize to all your regular listeners that are gonna be like tearing their hair out, being like, "Why the fuck doesn't he know this fucking?"
Yeah.
What's the answer, Jimmy? Again, for the 5th time.
I believe it was Highland High School.
Highland
Highland
High
High
School.
Man, I'm a huge Mike Judge fan. Have you seen the show he did with like the history of country and the history of funk?
Oh yeah,
So good.
Is that the
It's
tour
so
bus
fucking good.
show? Is
Yeah.
that where he like does the part-
Tales from the
it's
Tour
so good.
Bus. Yeah.
So good.
I think it's the second series, which is all about funk and James Brown and Bootsy and all that stuff. And
I
you're
gotta
like,
see this.
yeah, that was
it's so good.
Amazing.
that was on repeat on our tour bus for a while.
Yeah.
Was it?
Nice.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. So I think
So you guys go on tours, though?
yes. So
they do.
we actually heard about you through I'm in a band called Iration, and so we have the same publicist, Barry. Hi, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
And so yeah, we tour, mostly U.S. We've never toured in Europe with this particular band. So
I have.
Okay.
You have, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Where did you guys play when you played in Europe?
Where did we play? We did a bunch. It was one old theater in London that we did for a while. Then we did it was mainly club shows, like 500 people. So it was just 2 nights in London and then a bunch of stuff in Spain. They're really big in Spain, but I couldn't pull out the venue names. It's been a
Is that
while.
Blues Traveler.
Okay.
No, that was Jayhawks.
Jayhawks.
Well, fun, man.
I think it's crazy that so you said you've been working on your album for like 2.5 years, but the fact that it came out right now is perfect because everyone is coming out with all this like electro pop music, and so it's like you're ahead of it. You're ahead of the game.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it. That's very kind. I think the reason it took 2.5 years is because I get really bored every few months, and I just like I'll hear something new and go, oh fuck, that should be my sound. I listen to a lot of music, and I'll hear something new and be like, wow, this is really great, and kind of pick it apart and kind of just like learn a bunch of stuff in regards to production and songwriting by listening to other music. And yeah, that's why it's like such a varied album genre wise. Like it goes from upbeat, like you say, 80s sounding pop to again, yeah, like vinyl-y, sampley hip hop stuff to weirder, like LCD-ish sounding.
Are you gonna do a vinyl? Are you gonna do a vinyl release?
Yeah, it's on vinyl. I think the vinyl.
It's already on vinyl.
Yeah, I think the vinyl is shipping this week.
I know a lot of more people listen to vinyl. I mean, been to a couple of house parties. I'm like, that sounds like a record player. Sure shit. You look over. No, it is. Look, I just got this. I'm like, you really got a fucking record player? It's getting big. People are starting to bring them back.
I got a record player. My fiance got me one for my birthday, and so it's actually a really fun thing to get someone,
right?
Because then forever, for any birthday or anything, people can just buy you records,
which is way cool.
Yeah, and they're super cheap. I mean, you buy like there's like some Van McCoy like best of with The Hustle and other cool disco tracks on there. There's just bought some Graceland by Paul Simon. Just a bunch of cool records. So
I do have a PSA though that I want to give out to all of our listeners. If you're buying a record player, it doesn't make sense unless you buy a good one with good speakers. Don't go buy a Crosley because they sound horrible.
And nice Techniques.
He's like, that's what my girlfriend got me.
I know. I was waiting for that.
No, mine is good. It's got a built-in preamp. It's pretty plug and play. Sounds good. My speakers aren't the best, but they're certainly not the worst. I don't know. It's a really great medium. I haven't listened to enough records to be able to be any kind of vinyl snob, because also like I've DJed for years and I've DJed off laptops and CDJs before that, and there's like the world is so busy being snobby to other parts of the world. Like it's just get over it. Like people will come up to you while you're DJing and be like, "Mike, it's not vinyl, is it?" And you're like, "Dude, just get off my back. I'm playing songs." You can't recognize the like quality of sound over like 500 people yelling at each other in this like busy Friday night pub. Let's not pretend that like it's not all about the music or the songs themselves. Yeah. That said, if you're enjoying them at home,
there we
be
go.
a snob.
Because I am that at-home snob, 100%. I have lead-line speakers sitting behind me.
Is that in Europe where people are like super bitchy about that, like in a club, or was that in LA?
Mainly in the UK has been my experience, but my experience is when it's come to DJing, it's been a lot of like around the UK, and it's funny. Like that's like the bad apples. There's obviously most of the crowd are lovely and really enjoy the music that you play, but the people that kind of stick out in your head are the ones that go like, "Hey, you should be playing with the vinyl, man." And you're like, "All right. Cool, whatever.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
yeah. Thank you for informing me how to do my job, my dude."
What do you do?
Go on.
What do you do when somebody asks or when someone requests a song and you're up in the DJ booth? which is a no-no.
I nod and I smile. I'm like, oh, I love that song. Yeah, I can't wait to play it, and then never play it.
DJs don't like requests. I don't know.
No, like if it's a good request, I'll play the request.
I always tell the DJ at the strip club, always, hey, play this one, get some bitches dancing, more. And they always play it.
Hey, I mean, if that's what you're into, I don't really
I'm definitely into that.
DJ at strip clubs. Mine are.
Dude, you're missing out, Noah. You're missing out.
I don't know if he is.
I look forward to the day where my agents book me a strip club, and I get to say, yes, absolutely, I'll do it.
You hear that, agents? You hear that, agents?
But no, I think it's the snobbery, especially when you're DJing out like that. Bring a laptop with you. Bring anything that's like the least amount of pain on your back, because you're going out. You don't want to be, bringing it. I mean, for those that do it, it's super fun and it's an event. It's like a vinyl DJ night. That's cool. It's for the connoisseurs.
A lot of work, man. There's fucking 10 milk crates back there. You have to know. I mean, they know where all their stuff is, but it's just crazy. I watch some guys just, oh yeah, let me get that song. And they walk right over to to a stack and grab. It's like, damn, because they know their stuff so well. But it's still impressive to watch that.
This is making me sound like such an anti-vinyl head. This is not what it is. I have such
not at all.
reverence for
you're gonna get hate mail.
Vinyl DJs. Yeah, as if like Cut Chemist is gonna be like, I listened to this podcast. I'm angry at you.
Well, cassettes are in now too. Like a lot of people have been doing a lot of cassettes. Yeah, they sell them at all the record shops in Silver Lake where I live, and the cassettes are making a comeback.
Like that's standard cassette tapes or like DATs?
Oh, cassettes, not DATs.
No, cassette. Yeah. Dude, like laser discs?
Laser disc, Joe. I got this 8-track.
Man, I really
8-tracks are coming back.
No, they're not.
On mini disc.
Dude, that would be sick. Except no one has a way to play that.
No one has it's a dead ancient system. But we did release Porsche on cassette. So if you want a limited edition cassette green, like it looks like something out of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like green and yellow and orange.
We might be able to put one song on a floppy if we try really hard.
So one of your songs is called Gwyneth, and you've started a social media campaign in conjunction with the song to get Gwyneth Paltrow's attention. So we have 2 questions. Number 1, how is it going? And number 2, what can we do to help?
Yes.
Love the enthusiasm, you guys. Lots that you can do to help. So I'll explain. I have a song called Gwyneth, and a few lines in the song are about Gwyneth. I know a lot of them aren't, but I find her endlessly fascinating. She's like a bolt of lightning that like hits you in the same spot every time, and you're like, I didn't think that was geologically possible, but it is. And she's a unicorn, and she's a fucking an asteroid, and she's weird, and everybody both loves her and loves to say they hate her and hates her lifestyle brand, because celebrities have lifestyle brands and people are I don't know, celebrity is super fascinating and funny and weird and gross, but also like everyone wants it. So it makes for writing really great songs. Well, I'm not tooting my own horn. I just mean it's great subject matter for writing songs. Yeah, thank you. And so the whole social media campaign is every day I make a new little movie, a short little movie. It started with finding this Gwyneth Paltrow cutout, a life-size cutout in the dumpster, and it's every day. It's a new story of what me and Gwyneth are doing. There's going to be one about her voting. There's that's on an very special upcoming episode of Gwyneth. Yeah, I don't know. It's like there was that movie Lars and the Real Girl, which was like Ryan Gosling and a blow up sex doll. Mm-hmm. So this is like the PG version, and I don't want to have sex with her. I just want to be best friends. And so I think that by making a movie showing my friendship with a cutout version of her, I don't want to force it. I think it'll organically happen. I think we're going to become best friends because we're supposed to. And like, that's just written in the stars. But I think this is helping to push it. So what you can do is share those videos and tag her name and shit and send it to her directly. Like,
and that's on your Instagram?
Yeah, that's on Instagram. I think there's some on TikTok though. Yeah.
What's your IG? Is it just at Speelburg?
Speelburg. It's sounds like it, but it's a different spelling.
Okay.
How does your girlfriend feel about this life-size cutout of Gwyneth just around the house? And
She's into it, man.
Ooh.
She's into it. No.
Oh, I like that.
Good Lord. You get 4 men on a podcast and suddenly it becomes crude. No, she's like, she digs the she digs the creativeness, but she's also like Anya's like, she's helped me in so much of the making of the music videos, any kind of like weird little idea. She's always on board to help out with. Obviously, she's got her own shit going on, being a doctor at the moment. It's pretty COVID-y out there. But when she does have time, like the other day, we did a whole little short movie about me playing ping pong against Gwyneth. And the whole time it was just Anya in the background, just holding up the life-size cutout and like getting out of the shop. It's fun, It's like some couples go to a farmer's market. We make videos about Gwyneth Paltrow.
That's awesome.
I love this.
This is awesome.
Do you guys have the Gwyneth Paltrow candle, which is this candle smells like my vagina?
In 2 seconds.
Oh
He's
no!
got it. He's pulling it out.
So what's the spelling of the name?
Speelburg.
There it is.
Speelburg. Shortly after this podcast, Speelburg received a cease and desist from
I
Gwyneth
don't know
Paltrow.
where.
Right.
I don't know where the other one is, but this one.
There it is. This smells like my vagina.
Have you lit it yet?
Oh yeah, it's delightful.
How does it
It's
smell?
delightful.
It's like everything you think it'll smell like, but like 10 times better. And it's so pure. It's like, just like that freshly clean linen on a like nice spring afternoon.
Yes.
It's like not like that at all, but it smells even better than that.
That's fucking awesome.
I mean, I've never smelled a vagina, but does it?
God damn it, Drake.
I would imagine that it doesn't have like. There's got to be a little bit. Does it have like that stank to it?
Drake, vagina don't stink. Only the bad vaginas stink. You just need to go
First of
get a
all,
nice girl. God
guys,
damn it, Drake.
Let's just be clear. There are no bad vaginas. Okay? There
I
are no
ran across a few.
there are
I
no
ran
bad
across a few.
penises. There are no bad vaginas. It smells delightful. There is no stank to it. I mean, if you hear Gwyneth Paltrow talking about it, of which I've listened to many of her interviews, because I'm all about the research aspect of it.
Of course.
And she was like, someone bought her the candle, and she's like, Jesus, that smells good. It smells like my vagina. And they're like, that's tight. Let's name it that. So it's not even that much thought out. It's just like, this smells so good. It smells like Gwyneth's vagina. And you're like, man, you got to have a sense of humor about yourself to name a candle after that.
Right.
Yeah.
So her vagina smells delightful. That's what we're saying.
I mean, if A equals B, then ergo, yes.
It's a $75 candle. I would just like to let everybody know. $75 on her
damn.
site right now.
Yes. I mean,
it sounds like it's worth it.
not that 2 wrongs make a right, but Kanye West sold a $100 white T-shirt. I'm not saying that makes this better, but $75 candle. There are worse things that you can spend $75 on.
Yeah.
I don't know how much guns are, but I could imagine there's probably $75 guns out there, and I'd rather have
on the street,
a
on the
candle.
streets. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anything about guns, guys. Look at me.
Oh, either do I. I'm right there with you.
I know a lot about
Jimmy has a lot, but he's not allowed to have any because he's a felon.
Yeah. Because the government says I can't have them, but I just don't keep him here.
Right on.
What's the
Like,
story behind the
good that
name?
you're saying that on the podcast.
Yeah, right.
I
What's
don't
the story
care.
behind
We're
the
not here.
name Spielberg? Spielberg.
Well, what I normally tell people is that if you're going to associate yourself with genius, go with the very best. And Lord knows that man's the very best at what he does.
Yeah.
Also, like, I grew up watching Spielberg movies. I grew up in that world and that energy. It's a great little shorthand to kind of bring people into into the shit you're into the pop culture, because so much of the project is like has reverence for pop culture, as you can tell by me having a Gwyneth. I don't want to call it fetish, but adoration.
It could be a fetish. It's
when
okay
does
if it's a fetish.
When does the Spielberg cutout come into play?
Ooh, that'd be kind of good.
I think that would be just maybe 2 on the nose,
Okay.
I'll take 3. I'll take 3, please.
Okay, we'll sell them. I'll sell a cutout of myself, and a cutout of Gwyneth Paltrow holding hands. Could be like the next iteration of the movie. But for now, we're just we're getting weird with the cutouts.
I see that you have an album release show on October the 28th, like virtually. Is that correct? Is it online?
You're absolutely correct. Yeah. We're doing this thing where local companies just like launched this thing where they're doing high quality, high definition live streams. So, it's COVID. People aren't really doing shows. So it's going to be like 3 or 4 cameras. Like, it's going to look good. It's going to sound good. It's next Wednesday. It is at 8 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. LA, and 4 p.m. New York. But yeah, so it's like a release show. Like, obviously I wanted to do a bigger release show and have physical human beings come and dance. That's not possible because there's a gross pandemic out there.
How's that for you guys over there?
It's all right. It's
opening
not
up a little bit
ish. Like, it feels like everyone had like a summer, and then now it's like the spike has gone up, and so stuff is closing down. I think Wales is closing down. I need to check the news and the stats, but it's going up and it's pretty dire. So it's scary times. So it's a good thing that we're not doing a 500 person show and potentially super spreading. I would love to super spread the joy of music, but not
COVID.
This gross pandemic. Yeah. But yeah, Porch came out a couple weeks ago, and so we're doing this album release show on Wednesday. But I don't know. I've been told it's going to be great looking. So I'll see you guys on Thursday and tell you all about it. But if you guys want to watch it, yeah, cool. Well, if you do want to watch it, just sign up on Speelburg.com. There's like a link, and then it's like a new technology. So you've got like a room that you're in with 6 of your friends, and you can talk to each other. And the way we see it is we actually have screens in front of us, like Minority Report, and we can see people's faces like it's a gig, kind of. So it's like they're taking it to the next level. Like, we can actually see humans and play to them and interact with them. And I think in between songs, we might be able to talk to people. So it's kind of surreal, and it's like, it's not the future we thought we were going to be in, but it's the future we have. So let's embrace it.
The future we deserve.
No,
it's definitely the future.
Drake, I know you guys just did a live show on Saturday.
We did a it was a live stream. I mean, we've done 2. We did one that was actually a live stream, and that one was very awkward because it was like, thousands of people were watching, but after a song you just hear like
just me in the background by my guitar tech stand, just all clap.
And that's awkward. So I like the aspect that you're doing, or that you're talking about with the TV screen.
Yeah, that sounds trip. So you haven't done that yet, Drake?
No, not one of those. That's pretty sick, though. What's the name of the company that does that? Do you know?
They're called B Square, BE, and then Square. yeah, it's like they're launching it, and I think ours is like the first or second or third one they're doing, and because they're friends of ours, we kind of get to like road test it, and what we really want is to get as many people on the system as we can to kind of like not max it out, but see how far we can push it, and we get to do it like a cool little album release show with it. Who knows, it might go terribly wrong, but I really like that part of live shows is there's such a risk to it. Like anytime you go out and play a live show, the risk is that everything could just
go wrong,
explode. Yeah, like I did
it.
a show. I think my first show in LA was like kind of a shit show, and like, but it was fun at the same time. And this was only like a couple of years ago, and yeah, like the laptop like stopped working in the middle of like 2 songs because it's connected to lights and MIDI synced lights, so they like blew out a fuse or some shit, so it stopped working, and suddenly there's like half the sound that you're used to just disappears, and it's just
I
like
love it.
Me with a guitar, and M. Night Shyamalan was there. Yeah, so that was the people were like, oh, that was the big twist. Like, yeah.
The twist is I can't play a live show.
I mean,
no, I know you can.
I kind of was like, you have to laugh at that because you're like, this is ridiculous, but that's the contract that you're entering by doing live shows. Obviously, you spend every waking hour before the next show going, let's make sure this never happens again. Luckily, the next show was packed and fun and everything went great, but there was still that like you're walking on a high wire just going like, oh man, okay, next song, that was great, let's see if the next song's the one that like fries it up. But actually we figured out the problem and fixed it. So but it's funny, I like that. I really like the element of chaos. Like you watch things like the Eric Andre show, which is nothing but chaos. Obviously I don't want that level of chaos in my live show, but I don't know, just something less homogenized than playing entirely to backing track is.
Where was that show in LA?
It was at the Hotel Cafe.
Ah,
yeah, it was the first time I did it. I think it was at the Hotel Cafe. I think so.
That's a
venue. Drake lives down there. Drake lives down in LA.
Hotel Cafe, if you don't know, is like kind of it's there's maybe like 4 or 5 little rooms in there, but it's very intimate, and it's if you see an artist there, it's gonna be a great show because it's like you're with the artist. It's I don't know, it's one of my favorite spots actually.
I mean, everyone there was really nice. Like the people working there were really nice. The audience was super supportive, and like. The next one we did was that school night show, and like everyone there is quite industry, but I've played industry showcases before, where it's felt very uptight and very like claustrophobic, and like they sucked the air out of the room. That wasn't that. Like it was still industry, but like fun, and that's what made the whole show like, just like that much better. Considering there had been like this fault for the last show, and then you kind of don't know what's happening, and then suddenly you're like, yes, you come out of that being like, whoa. And also I got to see like a couple celebrities in the audience, and you're just like, shit, what is this town? It's kind of surreal, but it's really fun. That's why I really like bouncing back and forth between here and LA.
All the celebrities were there except Gwyneth Paltrow.
She ain't got time for that.
Well,
next time she'll be there and she'll come up and sing a song.
Right?
Fuck yeah.
Well,
Drake, what you should do for your live stream is tell everybody, like literally stop your show after like halfway through and say, everyone pull out your phone. And then now we're all going to tweet Gwyneth Paltrow at the same time.
It's not a bad idea.
At the exact same time.
That's not a bad idea at all.
And I think if she gets 500 people doing it, or 100 all at the same time.
She's got her notifications on her phone?
Oh, no way.
I think she would see it though. Maybe a publicist or someone would let her know, I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. That'd be funny. But I can't imagine that like Gwyneth is there being like, oh, Spielberg just liked another one of my pictures. I'm just gonna go check his account and see how things are going. Oh, look, he's made videos of me. That's in no way super creepy.
That's awesome.
Well,
No, I'm playing a Reddit thing after this, so maybe I'll try and get people on Reddit to do that.
there you go. Well,
What's your Reddit thing?
I'm doing it every Wednesday until the end of the year. But we did a couple of them, and it's really nice. I think like the last one we had like 140,000 people tune in, and you're kind of like, I think they're kind of doing a similar thing to Twitch where people are live streaming themselves playing, but I've done it in a way where it's kind of where I'm at here, playing along to the tracks on my computer, playing guitar, vocals, playing some piano, and it kind of is like a live show, a live stream, because in between songs you get to interact with people, take questions. It's really fun. Like I've done a couple of them, and I've also like, throughout this whole pandemic done like a bunch of live streams to get the word out for Porsche, and some of them have been really stiff and really like, oh dude, there's like 1,000 people watching on Twitch, and like that's great, but none of them are really interacting, and you're kind of like playing into a void. With Reddit, I think they're quite also like the comments, they're quite a nice community, and the comment section was like the nicest comment section I've ever read. Like there was no there were no assholes. Everyone was like, dude, cool song, man, play another one. And you're like, thanks, gang.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a feel-good like after-school special. The more you know.
It's like playing at church. I grew up playing in a lot of churches. Like I would always get paid because I'm not religious, but as a trumpet player, there's always work in a church. And so you could literally like sound like ass and play everything a whole step off, and the everyone would be like, "Oh my god, you sounded so great!"
It's so nice.
Like,
but I think that's really good. I think when you're starting something, you need that encouragement. Whether it's like you're already a decent musician playing to a new platform, or if you're like learning an instrument for the first time and people are like, well, no, man, that's pretty cool. Like that validation will keep you going. There's so much like that's being said for, giving everyone a medal participation, but there's definitely something to be said for like validation and encouragement, keeping you on your toes and getting better at something. Like I remember starting stuff like instruments when I was a kid, and like some of them you're not that good at. I'm amazed that I stuck with guitar, because so many kids will start playing guitar and they're like, oh, that shit hurts, I'm never playing guitar ever again in my life. You're like, yeah, it's because you have tiny dumb fingers.
Yeah, with no calluses.
Yeah, you need to get used to how it feels on your hand, and you get used to like the placement of it.
How do people play for 4 hours like this? 5 minutes later, they're bleeding at their fingertips. That's nice.
That's cool that they paid you at the church, man.
Oh yeah, man. That's how I put myself through college. Jesus, whole notes. I call it whole notes for Jesus, because you're just sitting there going, "Brr, brr," and then there's like a bunch of women in the choir just going like, oh, just playing it's god awful. It's so boring.
Lovely little falsetto you got there.
You like it? You like that?
That's good.
Stop, Drake. Stop, Drake. Drake, don't do that.
No, you can get as seedy and sexual as you want. I'll just respond in niceness. Oh yeah, you like that? Yeah,
like the church.
Like that.
Like the
that
church.
Feels good.
That feels good.
This
That's
is
a
actually
tingle.
Chat roulette. Do you guys know?
I
know what
remember
that
chat
is?
roulette. Yeah.
I actually don't know what that is. I mean, I've heard the name, but I think I might have been too young for that.
It
was
still
like
exists. It's still out
8
there.
years ago. It was, you just went on it, and then at first it was like, oh wow, I can meet someone, and then very quickly it was just like dick. just loads of dudes. Just
that makes sense. It makes sense why Drake was on there.
No, there's women on it too. Right?
Yeah. I mean, there were some women, but my experience with it in general was a lot of penises. Like you just log in and be like, yeah, next. It's like, if you're on Tinder, but instead of like pictures, it was just live men's genitalia.
That's not okay.
Should we go on chat roulette right now and see who's on?
No, we're not. No. They should make one for hot chicks that like me, that love me.
Good Lord, you sound like a Beavis and Butthead episode.
Right?
Jimmy, that's called
They
a
should make one
hooker.
for hot chick.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's-
Spielberg,
let's
thank you
slap
so
in
much for
Vegas.
coming on here, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank
You
you
want
for
to go ahead
having
and
me.
plug all your socials, plug your website one more time, and just let everyone know where they can find you one last time?
I would like to do that. America and beyond, if you're listening to this, please go listen to my record. It took me so long to make. And if it gets forgotten, then the whole experiment will have been for nothing. So go listen to Porsche. It's fucking awesome. It's free, like all music. It's everywhere, and you can listen to it. I mean, it's not free. You can buy it, but
On cassette.
whatever. Yeah, but you can also listen to it on Spotify. You can stream it anywhere on YouTube or whatever. Go watch the videos. Spielburg, Speelburg. Thanks for having me, you guys. This was fun. You know,
Yeah, definitely good laughs. We need it
it's
here.
nice. It's nice to talk to other human beings. I've been alone in my apartment all day.
Hey, Zoom has really brought this together. Like, it's crazy. I never watched Zoom before. You speak. What's the other one?
I never watched Zoom before.
I never am Zoom.
Never got
Okay.
What was the other thing before Zoom?
Skype.
Skype. You know, I've Skyped a couple times, but this is like, it really brings, I mean, we're talking to people all over the world. It's just crazy what it's done through this pandemic thing.
It's like the telephone on an iPad.
I know.
Right.
It's
When are you coming back to Los Angeles?
ASAP as possible. I shall be there as soon as there's a vaccine and people take the vaccine.
So 2024.
2024. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like as soon as I can. I was supposed to be there in March.
Wow.
And I was supposed to fly out for South by Southwest and then head over to LA after my show at South by Southwest. And 6 days before I was supposed to fly, everything got canceled. And I was like, fuck, man.
We hear that a lot.
Luckily, the person that I rented the Airbnb from, she was super cool and was like, here's all your money back, buddy.
Wow, good.
Awesome.
Yeah, lost some money on the flights, but yeah, I've heard of people losing a lot more on these things. So I
Like
guess we're lucky.
careers.
Yeah, like we both lost our careers. Now we do podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm sure Noah knows that as well because its music
Yeah.
is like impossible right now.
Well, you can't play any shows, so everyone's like scrounging to like write sync music or sell merch on their website or fucking I don't know, sell blood and semen, like whatever they can do.
Drake's underwear.
It's kind of terrible in the UK as well. It's a country that like prides itself on exporting. Like we've got the Beatles, we've got the Stones. Like so much of our GDP is the arts and music, but really it doesn't really do all that much to fund the arts or music, and it's kind of gross. And like just this week they put out, or like this thing started circulating online, I think it's maybe a little bit older, about like retraining, and you're like, there's no value, like they don't place any value on the artistic community, which is like that's the lifeblood, man.
Yeah.
So
They used
I
to
don't
do
know.
that. Like a lot of orchestras in Europe they're all funded by the government, but I guess that's not
So-
the case in England.
No, and there's also, there's discrepancy. Like, so in France, for example, if you start an association, you get funding from the government, and you can actually have money to pay people to put on shows and that kind of shit. They don't have that. There's no government support here in the UK. Also, there's things like the Arts Council, which is funded by the lottery, but up to recently, a lot of that had such a classical slant. So like pop music and they like fund a lot of weird experimental stuff, but like actually people who also don't just create quote unquote high art that are making pop music or just whatever. There's not the funding that's funneling down to people that I know that really need it. So people are kind of fucked. So I hope I can come back to LA real soon and figure this all out and play shows with you guys.
Yeah, when you get out here, definitely let us know.
We'll
Yeah,
be
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, good luck. Good luck. Pardon?
Gwyneth Paltrow listens to this podcast, so we'll definitely get her in your circle.
She's such a huge fan.
I know.
We love
But
you,
yeah,
Gwen.
I will shout her and you guys out, and we can get the community to get Gwyneth. It's like like saving the community center. We can do it together, you guys. It's the barn.
You see, Gwyneth's cutouts.
Yeah, that's it. But it's not perverted. I must say that several times. It's not
creepy.
It's not creepy. I just want her friendship.
I hear you.
Little
I want it.
And maybe a little bit of blood in a vial.
Well, that's just because I think we should be preserving her blood because it is the strongest of the blood. And when we need blood in the future, we should clone her.
Have to agree.
All right, boys. Well, everybody, go check out Speelburg and his new album, Porsche. Check him out, Speelburg.com. Wait, it's not Speelburg.com. What's your fuck?
Yeah, it is SPEELBURG.com. Or
My
Instagram.
man.
Just follow that shit on Instagram, and then you'll have up-to-date Spielberg in your hand.
I just followed you on Instagram, so we're gonna be Instagram friends here pretty soon.
Thanks, buddies.
Just be careful with. You're probably not going to like the stuff that he posts on his personal page. Just letting you know. You'll probably never talk to him again.
What are you talking about? We had 270,000 followers, man. People love me.
Yeah, but you got some pretty abrasive shit on there. You'll see, Noah. You'll be the judge of it.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing what kind of disgusting, depraved shit you have on your Instagram page.
You're just gonna laugh. No, you're just gonna laugh. All you're gonna do is laugh, and it's gonna start your day every day with happiness.
I'm just gonna look at each post and press report.
Trust
don't
me.
tell him that.
A lot of people do.
Really? Have you gotten shut down yet?
My last account had 500,000. They shut it down.
So what happens when they shut you down?
You just can't go back on, and we have to start a new one. And the new one has like 270,000. And they've been
Lord.
they've been banning a few things lately.
Wow. Well, maybe post beautiful pictures of Gwyneth.
I was just thinking about that.
And Spielberg.
Maybe that'll fix
And her
everything.
delicious candle.
That's the screenshot we need right there.
There it is.
Oh, that's fucking great.
This is super fun. Let's do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
We shall. Bye-bye.